Hi guys, it's me Terry of the Yarnjoy podcast. Welcome back to another tutorial. Okay, so I've got my squares sewed together for my scrappy granny throw, and I am now ready to do the border. Now this border is just a simple shell border, and it can be done on any afghan or blanket or throw or whatever that you choose. You don't have to just do it on this project, of course. Okay, so what I did is after I sewed all my squares together, then I went around the whole entire blanket with just a single crochet border where I did 3 single crochets in each corner. Okay, and the way I started it off is my very first corner I did 2 single crochets, and then I went all the way around doing 1 single crochet in each stitch, 3 in the corners, and I got back around to my beginning point. And since I did 2 single crochets in this corner, when I got back around I did 1 single crochet in that same corner to give it a total of the 3. But then when I slip stitched to my first stitch, that ended up where I was in the exact middle single crochet of the 3, which is where I wanted to start for my border. Okay, just a little tip. Okay, so if you have already bordered and you had cut off, if you had already done a single crochet round and you finished your yarn off, fastened off, and cut your yarn, then no problem. Just join in the very center of your corner, the center stitch, with a slip stitch, and then you'll be ready to proceed with the border. Okay, so I'm using, of course, the same hook that I've been using throughout my project. Okay, in my case it is an I hook, which is a 5.5 millimeter. Okay, so we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and so we are working, like I said, into that middle single crochet of that 3 single crochet grouping for the corners. Okay, so I chained up 3. Now this is going to count as our first double crochet, and I want to double crochet 5 more times into that same stitch, the middle of the 3 single crochets, to give me a shell. Okay, so that's going to count as my first one. So I'm going to do 5 more, which is to give you a total of 6 double crochets. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that should give you 6, counting the champ 3, 6 double crochets into that corner stitch. Okay, now continuing on down the side, I'm going to skip to the first 2 single crochets, and I'm going to single crochet into the 3rd one. Okay, and then I'm going to skip 2 single crochets, and now I'm going to do a shell, which on the sides are going to consist of 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, all in the same stitch, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to skip 2 single crochets, and I'm going to single crochet into the next one. See that? And then skip 2 single crochets, and now I'm going to do a 5 double crochet shell into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, skip 2 stitches and single crochet into the next one. Skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then we're ready for another 5 double crochet shell. So double crochet 5 times in that 1 stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, skip 2 stitches and then single crochet into the next stitch. Skip 2 stitches and then double crochet 5 times into the next one to make a shell. 1, 2, 3, get more yarn, 4, and 5. Okay, skip 2 stitches, single crochet into the next stitch, skip 2 stitches, and then you're going to do your 5 double crochet into shell into the next one. Okay, and so you're going to continue that just like that. Continue that all the way across to the next corner, and I will meet you up there. Okay, so I'm coming up to my first corner here, and I just got finished doing a 5 double crochet shell. Okay, so I'm going to skip 2 and then single crochet into the next stitch, just like I've been doing, and then I'm getting ready to do another shell, which I skipped 2, and as you can see, I'm not completely in the corner yet. I want to end up this corner shell in the very corner single crochet from the round before, and so here I actually have to skip 3 stitches before I land into that corner, which is perfectly fine. So if you're coming along your shell, doing your shell border, and you get to where you have this oddball stitch, then it's okay to skip 3 stitches there to end up in the corner for your corner shell. Nobody will know. It'll look fine. Okay, so for the corner shell, we're going to do 6 double crochets instead of 5. Okay, and so like I said, you want to land right in the with that, doing that shell right there in the middle of the 3 single crochets, the very middle single crochet. Okay, so 1, all in the same stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so that's the only thing different. So the corner shells are going to have 6 double crochets. The shells down the sides are going to have 5 double crochets. Okay, so now we're going to turn the corner and we're going to continue on with our pattern. So we're going to skip 2 single crochets, and then we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. Okay, and then you're going to skip 2 single crochets and then do 5 double crochet shell into the next one, the next stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, skip 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and single crochet into the next one. Okay, skip 2 single crochets and then 5 double crochet shell into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, skip 2, 1, 2, and then single crochet into the next stitch. Okay, skip 2 and then 5 double crochet shell. So you're going to keep doing that, and you're going to do it, move here so then you can see, here's what the corner's looking like. Okay, so you're going to just keep doing that all the way around. 5 double crochet shells on the sides and a 6 double crochet shell in the very corner stitch of your corner. And like I said, if you get up to where you have to skip like 3 stitches to get into that, land in that corner space, that's no problem at all. Okay, so just go ahead and do it, and then go back to skipping 2 when you continue on. Okay, and so now I'm going to go down this side and continue with my border. So that's all you do, and then when you get all the way back around, I will meet you at the very end. Okay, so keep doing your shells. Okay, so I just made it back around to the beginning, and I'm going to join with a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 to finish off my blanket. Okay, slip stitch. And then I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to finish it off. And there you go. Okay, and then I'll weave in that in. If you have to fudge it a little bit as far as getting it kind of where it looks even enough between, to have your spacing between, to put single crochets between your shells, then that's totally fine. Okay, so sometimes you may have to skip one less stitch or skip 3 stitches, but however the way you want to do it is fine. You know, you can just rip back, and then if you can try it again and skipping a stitch or omitting something, as long as you have your shell and your single crochet and then your shell and single crochet. Okay, see that? Okay, so I think this shell border is very useful pattern to learn and to have that skill on how to do it, because you can use it on any blanket. It's not very difficult, and like I said, if you have stitches here and there that you need to kind of fudge a little bit, that you can still make it look good, and that, you know, it's fine if it doesn't work out stitch count wise perfectly. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so thanks everybody. This concludes the Scrappy Granny Throw crochet along. Like I said, the videos will always be available on my channel, so that way you can do it anytime you want to have a blanket project to work on. I would love to see your pictures over on the Facebook group of the projects that you're making. My Facebook group is Yarnjoy Podcast, and so you can go over there and check out everybody's pictures of all the projects that they're working on, not just these blanket projects. So anyway, thanks guys for watching another one of my tutorials, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.